Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your girl B, and I want to start this video off by just sending you guys light and love in these crazy times of uncertainty and everything with this pandemic and what the world is going through. I just want to say that I love you guys. I'm sending you light, I'm sending you love and blessings. I hope you guys are staying safe and practicing social distancing and keeping your asses in the house, okay? I pray everybody's family is safe. If you are working on the front lines as a healthcare worker, healthcare provider, doctor, nurse, respiratory therapist, environmental services, food services, grocery, whatever it is, I am sending you love. With that being said, if you are new to the channel, I always say to you guys, we talk a little bit about everything. Far as beauty, hair, makeup, world issues, nursing. I'm in school to be a nurse practitioner, so we talk about that. Definitely fashion, all that stuff. So if you are new to the channel, thank you guys for being here. If you have been riding with me for forever, thank you guys also for being here. I appreciate the love. If you guys haven't subscribed, I don't know what you're waiting for, but go ahead and click that button, and make sure you also click the bell at the top so that you can get alerts for new videos. Today's topic is going to be a little bit close to what we are going through in these trying times. I did a Q&A on Instagram just asking people what they wanted to see from me as far as YouTube is concerned. And one of the questions that somebody asked me was basically my perspective with the pandemic and how I'm dealing with it as a nurse in my facility. So we're going to get into that topic. Okay, so I guess I'll start with just the beginning of this whole thing. For me as a healthcare worker, we kind of wait until we get all the details because like I said, we work in already stressful times. Right now I'm working in pediatrics, so I have to be strong for my patients who are children as well as their family. And so for me, I didn't want to just jump the gun and kind of just, panic and all that stuff. So I really just waited until I was able to get all of the facts about everything. And because the details changed every day about, how the virus was spread, precautions that we need to take, not traveling, doing different things like that, I just wanted to make sure I had all of the facts. Of course, I'm always abiding by what I need to do normally. I always wash my hands anyways. I think this virus has just shown just about how people don't really do what they're supposed to do as far as washing their hands and, just taking cleanliness precautions that we should do every day. Before anybody else tells us that we should wash our hands, we should be doing that. And so for me, I wasn't really nervous or scared. The reason why is because we work through flu season all the time. I've worked through Ebola, so those things have kind of prepped healthcare workers to just kind of be prepared for what's next. I think the alarming thing is how fast this has spread. And then I think that the reaction to, it's just a virus, it'll go away, this and that and the third, just things like that we weren't really taking serious. And I'm not saying us as healthcare providers, I'm saying the president, he's a joke, and just different things of that nature. I think that the response to it, as far as not being prepared for a world pandemic to happen so fast, the supplies that we are needing, the testing that we are needing, all of the rest of the countries, well, I know China, they all had that. They had the buildings to make up of the hospitals and things like that. They had the drive-through testing. They shut everything down. We are slow to respond, which is why things are progressing as fastly as they are. Also, with that being said, people are not following directions about staying in the house, you know, and not large gatherings in the house and house parties and all of this other stuff like that. Basically putting people at risk who are at these large gatherings, and then they have to go home to their family if they have kids, etc. These are all the things that we are lacking. So I guess I'll just get to my experience and what I've been going through in my facility and the precautions that I'm taking to protect myself as well as my patients and my family. So as I stated before, I work in a pediatric hospital, so it's a little different for us. I don't work on the floor, I work in surgery. So with that being said, when everything started to get really serious, my department was a little bit slow to respond as well. I think that everybody was just kind of shocked about what can we do, how can we protect people, etc., etc., but they weren't moving fast enough for people who were nurses and anesthesiologists and doctors, surgeons and all that stuff, who were concerned. I think the biggest thing for me that I know it was a turning point for our department was that surgeons were basically advocating for the fact that we shouldn't still be doing surgeries. At this time, we have canceled all elective surgeries, which is about 85% of our cases that we get every day. So the only thing that we're doing in the surgery center right now is emergent cases, urgent cases. So if there's a trauma or something like that where they need surgery stat, we will be doing those, and then semi-urgent, so cases that have to be done in the next 2 weeks. Other than that, we're not doing any other cases. And so it's just been a little bit different for our unit because most of our cases are elective, which means the census is down. And so we're having to figure out, they're trying to tell people to use their time so that they can go home, but then you have the issues where people feel as though I worked hard for my vacation time and I shouldn't have to use it to go home because census is low. So the conversation is, will y'all pay us? We're not getting hazard pay. We have had 2 positive cases at my facility. They were televised, I believe, and they're not in the hospital quarantined or anything like that. They were sent home because they were stable. So they're trying to take precautions, just about the visitor policy. So now we only have 1 visitor for the patients, but it gets kind of hard because these are children. So to have to make a family decision to say, hey, only mom can go or only father can go, it's been hard, and we're just trying to adjust. I'm thankful that the parents have been very understanding. Some of them have not been, but we kind of cross that bridge when we get to it. I think that for me and what I've experienced is that the CDC relaxing their guidelines only gives hospital ammunitions to relax theirs and make up policies based off the CDC because they relax their guidelines. So now they are putting us at a greater harm because we don't have the things that we need. I know for our facility we don't have enough N95, so we are using the simple mask, the ear loop mask. We do have access to things like PAPRs, which is the big mask with the eye shield and all that stuff like that. We do have N95s, but they are limiting them, and so when we feel that we need them, we have to go through Central Supply and infectious disease, and I just think that those are too many channels to go through when you're trying to protect yourself and the patient. Have we come in contact with people who might possibly have it? Absolutely. I think that we are, and I have to say this with grace, I don't know that they are doing enough, and I've said this in meetings myself because we have education meetings every Thursday or whatever, and they talked about how to put on PPE as if we haven't already learned that 50 million times. They have talked about the new policies regarding PPE. And for me, I just feel like we come in and it's people who are outpatient, so we don't know if they travel. We used to put that in our questionnaire now is just basically, it's not about traveling. It's, have you been sick? Or is your family sick? Is anybody sick? Along those lines. And but still people are making it through the questionnaire at the ER and the questionnaire at the front desk, who families have been having symptoms such as coughing or fever, and patients too. And so I don't know what they are, like I said, things change every day. So they are trying to, I guess, go along with the information that they're getting. And so it's just putting everybody on edge and having anxiety, because we just feel like we aren't protected enough in the event that we have somebody who may possibly have COVID symptoms, is tested, but we don't know what the result is yet. I think that when the CDC rolled out their relaxed guidelines, it just gave hospitals ammunition to say, oh, this is what we're going to do because we don't have XYZ. An example of that is I was told that we will be wearing ear loop masks even if there's a patient who may potentially have it, is being tested, we don't have the result yet, or a patient who does have it. The only time we would switch from an ear loop mask to a N95 is if we're giving aerosol medication, so like something like albuterol or something that is done through a nebulizer that can get in the air. I highly disagree with that, and I have expressed my concerns about it, because that really doesn't make any sense. You're exposing me until I have to give a medication. So what happens then? You're putting me on the front lines and you're exposing me, because the ear loop mask is a simple mask. It's very thin. The spores from COVID can get through those masks, and it's just like, how can you say that I'm your employee, you value me as a healthcare worker, as a nurse, but you want me to wear a simple mask if somebody has these symptoms, could potentially be positive up until they are marked negative? And even if they are positive, you don't want me to switch my mask to an N95, which protects me more, until I'm giving aerosol medications. But again, because the CDC has relaxed their guidelines, this is a policy at my job. And it's disheartening, because nurses, healthcare workers, CNAs, respiratory therapists, LPNs, doctors, surgeons, all of these people are going to remember how they were treated when this is all over. And I think that hospitals are forgetting that, because hospitals are businesses now. They're not, I don't want to say the care isn't at the forefront, but they run it as a business model, which leaves things out that should be done. And, for me, my biggest thing is I have a family to come home to. Now, my family is not here. I can't even go and see them and check on them, make sure they're okay, because they all have shelter-in-place orders in those states. And I would rather stay home, just because of the fact that I am in a healthcare facility. I would rather stay home and not put my family at risk. So I live by myself. I don't have any children or anything like that. I haven't been to see any of my friends. We've been doing things very virtually, virtual happy hours, Instagram, taking, just doing things like that until we can all stay safe. So it is very difficult for me, because I'm usually able to just get up and go in the car and go and see my family, but I can't do that. But I have been talking to my family every day, just trying to make sure they're okay, that they have what they need. It's been different, because a lot of people can't go back to work, and my family members are some people who have, they work retail, they shut them all down, so they don't have, they're not working right now, and then their companies are only paying them to a certain date, and then after that it's all unemployment until everything opens back up. So I'm blessed to be able to go to work and have a job. But with that being said, the things that I've worked through as far as the flu and Ebola and all that stuff like that, we had the equipment, we had the PPE to protect us. So I don't mind doing my job as long as, you know, the facility is protecting us. But when the facility isn't protecting you, you have to think about your life and your family's life. What, you know, if nobody else is thinking about your life and how you're on the front lines and putting yourself at risk every day to be around sick patients, who else is going to do it if you don't? So some things that I've done different, just because we got new developments about the fact that, you know, the virus can stay on your shoes for a long time. It lives in different kind of surfaces, you know, different things like that. So some things that I've done a little bit different. Like I said, I work in surgery. So our scrubs are given to us. We have a scrub machine at work. So when I go to work, what I usually do is just, I'll go to work in my scrubs and then, or in regular clothes. So I've tried to avoid having scrubs at my house because the policy is that we can wear them home, but we can't wash them here, which is fine. So sometimes I would come home in my scrubs and like take them off, put them in a bag, and then the next day I'll go change them out. I'll wear regular clothes to work. I'll go change them out, get new scrubs, and change at work, which is what I usually do. Now, I've just foregone the whole wearing scrubs home period. And what I used to do is, you know, get undressed at the door and put my stuff in the bag or put my stuff in the washing machine or whatever. Now what I'm doing is not even leaving work with scrubs on at all. So I'll bring an extra pair of clothes, put the scrubs in the scrub machine that are dirty and get new ones, you know, to wear to work the next day, or wait to come to work, get new ones and change at work. And then I've been putting my sneakers in a bag. So we have patient care bags. So I bring an extra pair of sneakers to work or something like that. I walk out the hospital with my hospital sneakers. Before I get inside the car, I take my sneakers off, put them in the bag, and then put my extra pair of shoes on. Just so that I'm not tracking anything in the house or anything like that. So I've been doing all that. Another thing that I've been doing is, as far as being home, I've been taking vitamin C every day, definitely just staying hydrated, you know, trying to continue my workouts to build my immune system. Is my immune system weak? No, it's probably stronger than most of everyone's because I work in a hospital and I see a lot of things all the time. However, we don't want to take our immune systems for granted, so I'm just doing everything that I can. So another thing that facilities are asking us to do, and I've heard this with multiple, not just mine, is reusing masks. I cannot tell you how that makes me feel. And I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because it's absolutely ridiculous. While I know that we are in a shortage and we don't have the supplies, for someone to tell me that, you know, if I use a mask, and if it gets soiled or whatever, it's okay. I can fold it up and put it in a paper bag because it's breathable, and I can rewear it again. I don't know. I'm not really sure. And the verbiage of the policies that they are putting in place are very weird because, and I know that I don't have all healthcare worker people on my YouTube, so I try to put everything in layman's terms so you guys can understand. But most of the times when you wear an N95 mask or whatever the case may be, it's for a patient who's on airborne precautions for things like tuberculosis or something like that. Otherwise, we do wear the simple mask for like droplet. However, with you knowing what you know about the virus, why would you ask a person who's had a simple mask on, who may potentially be exposed to that virus, to fold their mask up and put it in a paper bag? I don't know. And then another thing is that if we have a mask, if we say, okay, when we come in, because you have the choice to either put a simple mask on when you get there, or you don't have to wear one at all. It's up to you. Me personally, I've just been taking the mask to put it on the mask, a simple mask, for more precaution, because we just don't know. And not to say that it's not germs all around the hospital, and I've been walking around with a mask all this time. However, with the risk and stakes so high and people still making it past the threshold with these symptoms, I can't be sure. So I'm going to wear my mask and I'm going to protect myself. But we're being told, you know, if you have a mask, if you wear one, you have to wear it all day. You can't take it off, which to me that doesn't make sense, because if I go to hydrate, to drink water or have a snack, then I'm going to have to pull my mask down to do that. So are you saying, you know, if we can't wear them all day without drinking or hydrating or something like that, we shouldn't wear it at all? Like, I just, the verbiage and the things that are being explained don't make any sense to me. So I'm sure they wouldn't make any sense to you guys if you heard them. So, like I said, I'm just trying to stay positive, because you can't tell me I gotta wear a mask all day, but I can't hydrate. And they didn't say we couldn't hydrate, but it doesn't make sense to tell someone to wear a mask all day. And if they want to hydrate, where does that leave us? Because I'm not going to go a whole 12-hour shift without drinking water. These are basic things. So it's, like I said, it has been interesting, to say the least. Every day I hear something new about a new policy and questions that are being asked and answered. And I can't wrap my head around the information, because I got nothing, okay? Because the things that they are coming up with, it just seems like they're just grabbing at the ear. I'm just reaching. I need something. I need something. And so yeah, I don't know. But like, I'm not a shield. And I'm not going to use my body to, as a sacrifice. I'm not a martyr or anything like that. I want to live my life too. So I just expect the facilities to do better. Oh, I expected them to, but it seems like they are falling very short of it. I just want to send, you know, positivity out to my healthcare workers, my nurses, respiratory therapists, CNAs, everybody that are on the front lines. Your life is important, and nobody should be making you put extra risk on your life, regardless if we took an oath or not. They took an oath to protect us while we're doing this. So I thank you guys for watching. This is a serious topic. I try to keep my YouTube page or my blogs a little bit light and airy as far as food and travel and everything is concerned. But as a nurse, you know, it's my job to promote healthcare and to educate the masses in any way that I can. You know, just so that you guys can stay safe as well. I am staying safe. Taking the necessary precautions, doing what I need to do as far as my job is concerned. I hope that when I get back from vacation, they have beefed up whatever it is that they are planning to do. And because they've had some situations that I can't really talk about that have caused people to be at risk more than they should have, I'm hoping that they learn from that and put some other things in place. So thank you guys for watching. I'm so sorry that this was all talking and not, you know, the usual funny, whatever the case may be. But I thought this video was important to do, especially because everybody asked about it from my perspective and the things that are going on. And so definitely stay tuned. I have a couple videos dropping. Thursday is going to be monumental because I turned 30. So definitely going to be doing a vlog with that. Please let me know what other topics you guys want to see. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned.